It's Girl Scout cookie season. Now, if you're picturing girls baking cookies in the kitchen, you have it all wrong. Hi there, everyone. I'm Jeff, and this is Plain English, the podcast that helps you upgrade your English with stories about current events and trending topics. This podcast is a great way to practice your English. You listen to interesting stories and start thinking in your new language. And it's not just listening either. We have lots of great ways to learn with each episode on our website, plainenglish.com. If you haven't joined us at plainenglish.com yet, you're missing out. So check that out, and we even have a free trial of all our premium features. plainenglish.com. Now, some of the most popular Plain English stories are about daily life in the English-speaking world, and I've got one like that for you today. Girl Scout cookies are a winter tradition. It's January now, so Girl Scouts around the United States are starting their annual cookie fundraiser. And cookie fans, you know I'm one, cookie fans around the United States are getting ready to place their orders. It happens just once a year. We have just one chance to get our hands on Thin Mints, and that time is now. So on today's story, you'll learn about this tradition. This is episode number 743, so you can find the full transcript, PDF download, quiz, exercises, and translations, built-in translations, all at plainenglish.com/743. There's a winter tradition in the United States after the Christmas trees come down and after everyone goes back to work in the new year. Girl Scouts and their parents fan out across offices, churches, schools, community events, and private homes, soliciting cookie orders. Girl Scouts is a youth organization for girls living in the United States. Girls aged 5 to 18 do community service and outdoor activities, and they learn citizenship and life skills. About 1.7 million girls are involved. But if you say the word Girl Scouts to most people in the United States, the number one thing we think of is cookies. That's because the Girl Scouts' most visible activity is an annual cookie fundraising drive. Girl Scouts have been selling cookies since 1917. The first troops made cookies at home and sold them in their communities. Everyone loves a good homemade cookie, but Girl Scout cookies today are big business. Since the 1930s, the Girl Scouts have contracted with large bakeries to produce a standardized set of cookies. In a typical year, Scouts sell 200 million boxes. Now, sorry, cookie fans, these definitely count as processed foods. There are 8 core flavors, plus some specialty flavors that can change from year to year. The Girl Scouts raise about $800 million in a short selling season that lasts from about January to April. The most popular variety, and the best, according to me, is Thin Mints. Thin Mints are peppermint-flavored cookies with a chocolate coating. They have a refreshing flavor with a hint of chocolate. They're crisp and crunchy. And here's a hint. Most people eat them at room temperature, but you can also eat them straight out of the freezer. Thin Mints come in a green box. They represent about 25% of all Girl Scout cookies sold. Samoas are donut-shaped, chewy cookies. They taste of caramel, coconut, and just a little chocolate. Do-si-dos are oatmeal sandwich cookies with a peanut butter filling. Tagalongs are vanilla cookies with a peanut butter flavor. Trefoils are shortbread cookies. In addition to the 8 core flavors, there are gluten-free options and specialty flavors which can change from year to year. A box costs about $6. Convinced? Now you might be ready to try them out, so how do you get them? You cannot get Girl Scout cookies in stores. To get your annual fix, you have to buy them from a Girl Scout directly, and this is where it pays to be part of a community. In cookie season, Girl Scouts do their best to be as visible as possible. They set up tables at community events. They go door to door. They sell them after school. And they enlist some free labor in the form of their parents. It's a tradition for moms and dads to bring sign-up sheets to the office. Some parents discreetly place the sign-up sheets in the office kitchen or reception area. Other parents are, shall we say, more active salespeople, going desk to desk and generating as many orders as possible. When you find a Girl Scout or her parent, you write your name on a sign-up sheet and say how many boxes you want. After all the orders have been collected, the Scouts deliver the boxes to their customers and collect payment. In case you're curious, you can't order cookies from a national website. You have to buy them from a local troop. In many towns, it's not hard to find a Girl Scout troop to buy cookies from, but it does sometimes take some work. The boxes cost $6 each. About 35% of that cost goes to the bakeries to pay for production. The rest is split between the local troop that sells the cookies and the regional Girl Scouts Council. That money pays for events and activities, and it covers administrative costs like camp maintenance and staff. But the process of selling the cookies has value to the girls too. The Girl Scouts organization likes to say that cookie sales are a financial literacy program. They help young girls learn skills like goal setting, decision-making, sales, customer service, people skills, money management, and project management. It also teaches the value of restraint among the customers. You can only get Girl Scout cookies in one small window each year. That means if you want to enjoy Thin Mints in, say, October, you need to plan ahead, order enough, and ration them throughout the year. Now, this is where I fall short. I just love Thin Mints. Samoas, okay, they have an interesting flavor. If I'm offered a Samoa, I'll take it. But Thin Mints are the only kind I buy. Now, the problem is it's easy to eat them too fast. So here's my tip. Put them in the freezer. Put them in the back where you can't see them, behind the frozen fish and meat and blueberries and waffles and whatever else you might have in there. And only take a box out when you have a craving. Pace yourself. The year is long, and you have to make your stash last. All right, so if you're in the United States, or if you're traveling to the United States between now and April, ask around, ask your friends, ask the people you encounter, where can I buy Girl Scout cookies, and do it. You can't go wrong with Thin Mints, but if chocolate or mint isn't your thing, you've got other options too. Well, we have reached the end of another Plain English. This was number 743. Remember, we're working on something special for you in February. That's all about the expressions, so hold tight until then. We'll get you some new expressions to learn really soon, okay? Now, in the meantime, you can get all the great resources for this episode at plainenglish.com/743. That's all for today. See you on Monday. Listen up if you speak Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, or Turkish. One of the most frustrating things about listening and reading in a second language is being confused by unfamiliar words or phrases. When you listen to Plain English, or when you read the transcript, you probably encounter some words you don't know. When that happens, you have a few options. You can stop the audio, go look up the definition, then return to the episode, find your place, and press play again, but that's exhausting. Or you can just skip it and be confused. That's no fun either. But what if you could see the translation of the word into your language instantly without having to stop the audio, without having to look anything up? Well, you can at plainenglish.com. For each episode, we translate about 100 words and phrases from English to 9 languages: Spanish, Portuguese, Chinese, German, French, Italian, Japanese, Polish, and Turkish. And we highlight those words in blue. All you have to do is hover your mouse over the highlighted word, and you'll see the translation instantly. It works great on mobile too. It really makes listening a lot more satisfying, and it's a great way to expand your vocabulary in English. The best way to see these translations is to sign up for a free 14-day trial at plainenglish.com. During your trial, you can read as many transcripts as you like, all with the translations into your language. So sign up for your free trial today at plainenglish.com.